Life is a remarkable journey, and every stage brings valuable lessons. As you enter your later years, it's not just a time to slow down, but also an opportunity to reflect on what truly matters and to live fully with peace in your heart. You might have once believed that youth was the brightest chapter, filled with relationships to pursue and social gatherings bursting with laughter. But now, having moved beyond that hustle and bustle, you realize that not all relationships add value. Some leave you feeling drained and stressed and no longer align with the life you lead today. Aging is not just about accumulating years, but also about making wiser choices. You cherish quiet moments, genuine connections, and find joy in life's simplest pleasures. It might be a peaceful morning in the garden, a warm cup of tea shared with loved ones, or simply the serenity of not having to chase anything anymore. However, preserving this peace requires mindfulness. Not every place you go, person you meet, or activity you engage in will contribute to your well-being. An unsuitable environment, misaligned relationships, or stressful situations can easily disrupt the tranquility you've worked hard to cultivate. In today's video, we'll explore the places, situations, and activities you might want to reconsider. These factors, if not recognized, could bring unnecessary complications and diminish the comfort and peace you deserve. If this resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your loved ones. Let's walk together on this journey toward a life of peace and simplicity, where every day becomes a meaningful page in the story of your life. Part 1. Places to avoid. 1. Homes of relatives you're no longer close with. Time has a way of fading relationships we once thought were unchangeable. Relatives who were once close may now be distant memories. Visiting the homes of such relatives, especially those you haven't been in touch with for a long time, can lead to awkward and unwanted situations. Imagine deciding to visit a cousin you haven't seen in years. You remember the warm meetings of the past, but when you arrive, you realize that the relationship has changed. You may sense a distance in the way they greet you. Or worse, they might question your true motive for visiting. Are you there out of genuine affection? Or is there something else? These questions may remain unspoken, but the doubt can linger in the air, leaving both sides feeling uncomfortable. At this stage of life, simplicity and clarity in relationships are what many seek. Keeping your distance from relatives you're no longer close with can help preserve your peace of mind and avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. 2. Large family gatherings. Family is often a source of warmth and connection, but large family gatherings can sometimes pose emotional risks, especially when multiple generations with differing perspectives and personalities are involved. In such events, even an offhand comment can lead to misunderstandings and create distance between family members. At a large family reunion, John, a beloved grandfather, unknowingly sparked jealousy between his 2 grandchildren. When John praised his older grandson, James, for his excellent academic achievements, he didn't realize that this left Emily, his younger granddaughter, feeling neglected and unappreciated. Emily, already feeling pressure from not matching her brother's accomplishments, suddenly became envious and distant toward her brother. This unintended comparison created a small but growing rift between the siblings, dimming the joy and warmth of the gathering. In another instance, during a casual conversation at a family gathering, Susan, the mother of a married son, innocently mentioned to others that her daughter-in-law, Lisa, could be quite picky and demanding. Susan had no ill intent, simply sharing some minor challenges in daily life. However, Lisa overheard this, feeling hurt and disrespected. From that point, Lisa grew colder toward her in-laws, and the relationship between them gradually became strained. What was meant to be a family gathering to strengthen bonds ended up causing rifts between members. As we age, maintaining harmony and connection within the family becomes increasingly important. Large family gatherings can bring joy, but they also come with communication risks. Sometimes, even innocent comments can lead to misunderstandings and hurt feelings, affecting family relationships. Therefore, Older adults should carefully consider whether to participate in large gatherings. And if they do, be mindful of their words and actions to avoid uncomfortable situations and maintain family harmony. 3. Class reunions or gatherings with old friends. As we age, reunions with old friends often bring mixed emotions. While you might hope that these gatherings will be an opportunity to reconnect with the past, they can sometimes stir up unpleasant feelings or lead to unnecessary comparisons of achievements and life paths. At a class reunion after more than 30 years apart, everyone gathered at a cozy restaurant, and the atmosphere was filled with laughter and stories. Sarah, a classmate, proudly shared about her life, particularly her 2 children. Her eldest son had just become a lawyer at a prestigious firm, and her youngest daughter had recently graduated from medical school with honors and was working as a resident at a top hospital. Sarah's story wasn't just a mother's joy, but also a testament to the accomplishments of her children. Sitting nearby, Emily, another classmate, initially joined in the conversation happily, but as she listened to Sarah, Emily grew quiet. In her mind, she thought of her own son, who had just graduated from college a year ago and was still struggling to find a stable job. Despite his efforts, he hadn't yet found success in his career, and this had been a source of constant worry for Emily. What began as a joyful reunion for Emily quickly turned into a moment of envy as she compared her own situation and her son's journey with that of Sarah's family. The joy of the reunion faded into sadness and concern for her son's future. Sarah's innocent sharing had unintentionally stirred up complex emotions in Emily, leaving her feeling self-conscious and uncomfortable. Class reunions or gatherings with old friends can bring happiness, but can also remind us of differences in life paths and achievements. Conversations about success, personal lives, and careers can inadvertently highlight these differences, creating distance rather than closeness. This is particularly true when you realize that friends you were once close to now have lives that are vastly different from your own. Instead of attending large reunions, where feelings and expectations can easily be misunderstood, you might choose to reconnect with a few close friends, those you feel comfortable sharing your life with. This approach not only protects you from negative emotions, but also preserves genuine, meaningful relationships for places that are physically or medically inappropriate. As we age, our health and physical capabilities naturally decline. This requires careful consideration when choosing places to visit and activities to participate in. Locations with harsh conditions or those that require significant physical exertion may no longer be suitable for older adults and could even pose significant health risks. Imagine Robert, an older gentleman who used to love outdoor activities, frequently joining his friends on hiking trips. However, as his health declined, he no longer had the stamina for such activities. Instead of acknowledging his limitations, Robert decided to join a hiking trip, just as he had in his younger days. Unfortunately, he fell during the hike, severely injuring his knee and requiring weeks of hospitalization. This incident not only harmed his physical health, but also took a toll on his mental well-being as he had to come to terms with his limitations. Places such as treacherous mountains, extreme climates, or even busy, crowded areas can present unnecessary challenges for older adults. Diminished health means they are more prone to fatigue, loss of balance, and being affected by weather or environmental conditions. Continuing to visit such places not only invites unnecessary risk, but can also lead to severe consequences, diminishing the quality of life, instead of risking activities that exceed their physical limits. Older adults should choose locations and activities that align with their current health conditions. For example, Robert could switch to leisurely walks in the park, gentle yoga classes, or visiting more comfortable vacation spots. These activities help maintain health while offering safety, joy, and peace in the later years of life. The choice of location should also be made carefully. Places with senior-friendly infrastructure, such as parks with flat walking paths or community centers with full amenities, are ideal choices. In such environments, older adults can move around easily without worrying about the risk of falls or sudden health issues. These places also provide opportunities for socializing with peers, keeping their spirits lifted and minds engaged. The golden years are meant to be a time for enjoying life in peace and safety. Going to places that are not suitable for one's physical and health conditions not only risks personal well-being, but can also cause undue worry and burden on loved ones. So, it's important to choose activities and destinations wisely to ensure that each day brings joy and satisfaction. Part 2. Things to avoid. As we grow older, we often face numerous challenges and changes in life. To live a fulfilled and happy life, there are certain things that older adults should avoid to maintain their health, happiness, and stability. Here are some key things that seniors should not do. 1. Neglecting your health. Health is the most valuable asset we have, especially as we age. Neglecting your health can lead to serious issues, from chronic illnesses to a decreased quality of life. Maintaining a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and getting routine health checkups are essential to preserving health. Doing so not only extends longevity, but also provides physical strength, energy, and mental clarity. Mr. John was a man who had been very active throughout his younger years. He was always busy with work, rarely paying attention to his diet, exercise, or rest. His unhealthy eating habits, combined with a lack of physical activity, weakened his body without him even realizing it. Early signs like fatigue, muscle pain, and rising blood pressure were dismissed as minor issues. One weekend afternoon, while at home, Mr. John suddenly felt dizzy and collapsed to the floor. He had suffered a stroke. Fortunately, his children called for emergency help in time, and he was taken to the hospital for treatment. After surviving the critical moment, doctors warned him that the stroke could have been prevented if he had paid attention to his health earlier. Following this event, Mr. John realized that taking care of his health was not something to be taken lightly. He began changing his lifestyle, eating healthier, exercising regularly, and scheduling routine health checkups. These changes not only improved his physical condition, but also made him feel mentally sharper. Mr. John's story serves as a powerful reminder that neglecting health can lead to serious consequences. Health needs to be nurtured and cared for daily, not only to extend life, but to enjoy it more fully. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is the key to living a fulfilling life, especially as we enter our golden years. 2. Disconnecting from social relationships. Social connections are crucial for maintaining mental health and a sense of happiness, particularly as we grow older. Staying connected with family, friends, and the community provides joy, encouragement, and support during difficult times. However, many seniors tend to withdraw from social activities due to fatigue or a feeling that they no longer matter in the lives of others. Isolating oneself from society can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression, which ultimately reduce quality of life. Mr. John's story, following his stroke, serves not only as a lesson about physical health, but also about the value of social relationships. After his recovery, Mr. John realized how much his old friends, neighbors, and even family members became a source of encouragement during his healing process. Simple gatherings and short conversations made him feel loved, cared for, and connected to the world around him. This was a key factor that helped him face the challenges of aging with optimism and peace of mind. Maintaining social connections not only alleviates loneliness, but also plays a crucial role in sustaining both mental and physical health. 3. Failing to plan your finances. Planning your finances for your later years is essential to ensure independence and peace in life. The story of Mrs. Elizabeth serves as a prime example of the consequences of inadequate financial preparation. Mrs. Elizabeth was a devoted mother who cared for her son from childhood until he became an adult and started his own family. After her husband passed away, she felt a deep sense of loss and loneliness in their large, memory-filled home. Trusting that her son would take care of her in her final years, she decided to sell her home. She moved in with her son's family after giving him all the proceeds from the sale, believing it was the right decision to strengthen family bonds. At first, things seemed to go well. Mrs. Elizabeth helped her daughter-in-law with housework, took care of the grandchildren, and felt she was still useful. However, over time, small disagreements began to arise. Her daughter-in-law, used to a life of independence, started feeling the pressure of sharing her space and responsibilities with her mother-in-law. Minor disputes over household chores, child-rearing, and finances gradually turned into deeper conflicts. One day, Mrs. Elizabeth suddenly fell ill and had to be hospitalized. Her son had to juggle caring for his mother, work, and family obligations. Meanwhile, her daughter-in-law became increasingly resentful, viewing the responsibility of caring for Mrs. Elizabeth as a burden. Lying in her hospital bed, Mrs. Elizabeth couldn't help but feel lonely and regretful. She realized that if she hadn't sold her house and kept some financial assets for herself, she could have hired professional help or lived in a retirement home where she could retain her independence without fully relying on her children. Mrs. Elizabeth's story is a reminder that even in the closest families, financial dependence on children can create unwanted stress. Careful financial planning not only helps older adults maintain their independence, but also preserves harmony within the family. 4. Dwelling on the past. As we reach the later stages of life, many people seek comfort in memories of the past. However, focusing too much on the past can cause them to overlook the value of the present and miss out on new experiences. Instead of dwelling on what's behind, seniors should remain open to new experiences, which can enrich their lives and keep their spirits youthful and vibrant. Take, for example, Mr. Michael's story. At 70, after retiring, he spent much of his time reminiscing about his career successes and past relationships. He often felt sad about the things he could no longer reclaim, the friends he had lost and the opportunities he missed. This led him to become withdrawn and less involved in current activities. And over time, he felt increasingly isolated. One day, Mr. Michael's daughter suggested that he try an art class at the local community center. Initially, he was reluctant, thinking he was too old to learn something new. But with his daughter's encouragement, he gave it a try. To his surprise, the art class not only brought him new joy, but also helped him connect with new friends who shared similar interests. He became passionate about creating artwork and found his life filled with new meaning. Mr. Michael's story clearly illustrates that when older adults stay flexible and open to new experiences, they can find joy and fulfillment, regardless of age. Exploring new activities not only stimulates the mind, but also opens new doors for friendship and creativity. While reminiscing about the past can bring warmth, it shouldn't dominate one's thoughts and emotions. Instead, seniors should strive to maintain a flexible mindset, ready to embrace new experiences, thus creating a richer, more meaningful life. 5. Failing to enjoy life. Life is a collection of precious moments, and it's never too late to enjoy the simple pleasures it offers. Sometimes, seniors may feel that their time has passed, and they have nothing more to look forward to. However, it's important to maintain a sense of joy and gratitude in daily life. There's a symbolic story about the importance of enjoying life and leaving a legacy for future generations. One quiet afternoon, a boy passed by a small garden where an old man was carefully planting, watering, and tending to young saplings. Every day, the boy watched as the man worked tirelessly. One day, the boy stopped and asked, "Why are you planting this tree? You're already so old. You probably won't live long enough to see it grow and bear fruit." The old man smiled kindly and replied, "You're right. I may not live long enough to see this tree grow, but I'm not planting it for myself. I'm planting it for you, for those younger than me, so that they can enjoy its shade and fruit. When I was younger, I benefited from the work of those who came before me, the ones who planted trees, built houses, and shared their knowledge. Now it's my turn to do the same for the next generation." The old man's answer made the boy reflect deeply. He realized that the value of older adults lies not only in what they have achieved for themselves, but also in what they prepare for others. Through years of living, they've accumulated not just wisdom and experience, but also a profound sense of moral responsibility. They understand that life is not just about living for oneself, but for the community and the generations that follow. The old man in the story represents persistence and selflessness. Even though he knows he may never enjoy the fruits of his labor, he still works to prepare a better future for others. This is an important moral value that older generations pass down, that life is a series of actions, where even the smallest deeds contribute to a better future. Elders are not just the keepers of tradition and experience. They are the foundation of the moral, cultural, and social values we enjoy today. They have sown not only seeds in the soil, but also seeds of love, sacrifice, and dedication, the sturdy homes we live in, the profound life lessons we carry, and the warmth of family bonds all bear their mark. They have done this not merely for themselves, but out of a sense of responsibility to the community and to future generations. This story serves as a reminder that enjoying life is not merely a personal privilege, but also a gift and responsibility to society. Even with limited time remaining, elders continue to be guiding lights, inspiring and reinforcing values that pave the way for a brighter future. Living a meaningful life is not solely about leaving behind material wealth, but also about building a legacy of enduring spiritual and moral values. Remember, every single day is an opportunity to love, to share, and to make a difference, no matter how small. In old age, even the simplest actions carry profound meaning: a smile, a shared story, or a lesson passed down. All these gestures shape the world we and future generations live in. We hope that the insights shared in this video have offered you meaningful perspectives and practical advice to enrich your life. At any stage of life, but especially in later years, caring for your health and nurturing your spirit are vital to preserving your inner light and sharing it with those around you. If you found this content valuable, please share your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video to spread positivity and wisdom to even more people. Thank you for joining us today. Live fully, love wholeheartedly, and continue to leave a meaningful mark on the world. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.